Just like John Travolta. Just like John Travolta. Let's go. You got this. Oh shit, I didn't realize you guys were here. I'll kick it. What's going on? Oh, the 5 albums that I forgot to mention at the last video? What do you mean? You didn't even watch that. Shut up. Easily and simply enough, I am not some crazy music aficionado. I am actively trying right now to learn more about, the physics behind music and sound and, even music theory and whole. So I'm trying to get there, but I'm not, I'm not crazy. I'm not a professional. So a golden general rule for listening to any album for the first time, do it front to back. Simple as that. Keep that in mind and enjoy. Number 5, we have an infamous figure in all of the music industry, John Legend, once again coming back with a potent project. It is, even in the title, Bigger Love, that it establishes that John Legend wants to, go one above what kind of love you felt. If you are just a crippling dopamine deficient person, give this a listen. It's so powerful and emotional that I really think it actually does a good job of kind of counteracting all the crap we had to deal with in 2020. For some of the songs, I would say kind of like Major Lazer, especially with the vocal sample chopped up and the driving beat, which are also synonymous with tropical music, whether it's tropical house or some sort of tropical pop with hip hop in it. All of this is just blend perfectly into some R&B. And then there's times in the project where everything just kind of disappears and it gets so distant from all the cares of the world around you, and you don't realize that. Oh my god, bro. You gotta knock next time. Just like that. Just like that. This is all thanks to John Legend's character and his ability to just channel such strong emotions in the music. It melts me. John Legend melts me as a straight man, I gotta be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Number 5, it deserves its title, John Legend's Bigger Love. Number 4, we have a hip-hop classic because it is a beautiful fusion of the two, Amine and Limbo. Amine has always been that pop rap star right from the get-go. The impact of him as a producer, because he does in fact produce his own music, he is just the man who can do everything. He has been on fire. His discography, from Good For You to 1.5 to Limbo, steady improvement with these beautiful full-fledged out ideas that just come together and just make such beautiful projects. I could talk about how awesome and great the thematic tie-ins are, but I think you'll enjoy that on your own if you listen to it yourself. Right off the bat, even though I said it's hip-hop, this is way more hip-hop than his other projects. This thing gets so filthy, like, I can't even lie to you at how exciting it is to hear Amine spit some absolute heat. It's not boring and bland like most other pop, it just takes that awesome and fun poppy side of life. That's what makes it exciting. And if I'm being completely honest, just the quality of every single track on this project redefines the top shelf and makes me reconsider what the word banger actually means. Like, this thing is stocked, like, as well as the feature list. They all complement Amine perfectly, they're all used very well. If there were any negatives you could have about this project, would be maybe that there's skits, but all skits just push the narrative towards the theme, so it all makes sense. Like, it's all tied together. It's not irrelevant and stupid. Like, it's actually very well thought and put and planned together. And because of that, and how explosive this project is, it is just crazy to see all this happen at once. Amine, the whiz kid, the king, the goat, whatever you want to say, as well as Parker, because great minds think alike. He recommended this album, but we all knew that Parker's gonna enjoy good music. And this, Amine's Limbo.
This is a certified hood classic.
Kind of a theory, kind of aspect of this would be deducing what the theme is, because the theme, what I would sense, is Amine is in limbo the moment right after he finds out that Kobe has died. And that is kind of the heavy theme, and where a lot of the narrative in the entire album, where all the songs kind of draw inspiration from, all centralizes around Kobe.
Unlocked by Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats. And oh my goodness, I envy those who have never heard this project before. It is Hip Hop Project of the Year since it dropped, and I can guarantee that when I woke up and heard that project for the first time in February, if there was an album to symbolize a veteran MMA midget, it would be this project, because it is short, but it packs a punch. I was gonna swear, but no. If you're a hip hop fan and you haven't heard this, then you're not. In such a short amount of time, it can conquer so much terrain and just establish this beautiful, shut up, not beautiful, I'm gonna say cataclysmic and compact. This is a headbanging album, and it is just all gas. It's like watching a 90s cartoon while you're high on like ketamine or something. It's all fun, and I like the vision that both Kenny and Denzel brought into it, but it just kind of brings you into this huge collage of what this album is. It really is kind of like a comic book where you're kind of in the back pages, so like, you know, a bunch of crazy crap's happening on one page, and then you have a bunch of random ass ads talking about the craziest shit on the other. And that is probably the best way to summarize it. You get those funky, crazy, childish ideas from Denzel, you know, rapping about Mario. Every single song is almost like hand chiseled perfectly in a way that it cuts out perfectly and complements everything Denzel says. In general, I guess all I can say is Kenny Beats is a masterful sampler. If you want something that's explosive and has energy, this is definitely an album you listen to when you're working out, and you will blink and all of a sudden you're done. Enough said, drop the mic. Number 2, we have Christian Korea's Borderline. Actually, I'm thinking, nah, let's do this all in Sunlight. And guess what? Yeah, we play the part, we put the effort in nowadays. This is the new Pooks Productions quality. Nice. Think about that. Whew. Number 2, which is Christian Korea's Borderline. Who is Christian Korea? And that is a great question, because up until last year, I had no idea. I just so happened to listen to this project, and it instantaneously blew me away. It was just that perfect level of R&B that I like. It's the kind of singing that someone could enjoy from Frank Ocean or other great singers like Brent Faiyaz, Daniel Caesar, a male singer that likes to sing high ranges of notes. If you're not into singing, I still think you should give it a chance, because it's not just the singing in this album that's exceptional. I think this might be an album that I'm really biased towards, which is why it's at number 2, but I do think it is just high caliber to every degree, like easily some of the most crisp R&B. If you have any inclination towards R&B, this is going to stick to you like a magnet. Like, this is easily one of the most just ambitious projects I've heard in a while, because I can see the talent right now, and it is rising, and it is here in the form of Borderline. Thank you very much, Christian Korea.
I had free reign when I was with the record companies I was with.
That's right.
None of them told me what to do, or how to do it, or when to do it. Today, unfortunately for the young artist that comes up now, they got producers who tell them what to sing, how to sing it. When I listen to a lot of this stuff today, I hear so many of these kids, they sound so much the same. But you gotta be
free! Yellow Days, a day in a yellow beat. And like the title would suggest, the project, very simply, is just about living life almost in the shoe of Yellow Days, you know, in a yellow beat with that Yellow Days mentality. And this is, without a doubt, my favorite project in terms of, you know, skits, in terms of groove, in terms of song production. I never would have thought that alternative could have resonated with me so well. Like, it is bold and it is weird, and it is so colorful at the same time. The statement of the project, which is honestly kind of not really a, you know, full frontal statement, it's more just like, hey, live your life, carefree, enjoy the time you're here, and let's just be good to each other. That is it. That is the basic synopsis, you know, just let's all be good, let's all be nice, let's all be kind, let's all enjoy life, let's just jam. And that is basically the whole vibe. I mentioned the word weird, and that is definitely prevalent in the vocals. You know, the singer is just all over the place, but in the best way possible. Like,
well, you must know the feeling when you wanna scream and shout.
Vocal manipulation, but making it sound so natural and just conforms with the music instead of against it. They use a lot of skits that kind of mimic the 80s or 90s typical high-pitched narration.
John surrenders his dignity and lays his future on the chopping block.
The actual topics of the skits and the things and the settings that we're dealing with are all based around society and just being a human being, you know, having social obligations, going to social events, being a person, dealing with these different sins, having companionships. All these kind of typical day-to-day issues are covered in this album, but it just so seamlessly grooves out and reminds you that everything is just pretty good. You can really enjoy whatever you want in life. And it's such a special project in that sense. I love the bass guitar even more because of this project. It definitely struck a note with me in my musical sense. I really enjoyed, you know, listening to every single song and just trying to listen and hear out how they're playing the instruments. I wish one day I can get to the point where I can play like that. But as always, this album just satisfies every single craving. It is like the healthiest addiction on the planet. Yellow Days, stunning. Obviously, all these things I'm talking about wouldn't even exist if it weren't for a magnificent production that just encompasses everything. Every instrument comes in perfectly. There are so many effects just working their way through this project that just make you feel like you're going through so many different places and exploring so many different types of music. Well, I could continue deep-throating these albums, but I'm going to go prepare for 2021. So, see ya.
Well, she always looks nice to start with.